Hi and welcome, here's a new tutorial on creating walls and a room with Blender and importing it to Unity 5. I set the grid here in Blender 2.78 to a size of 1 and I use 32 lines in X and Y direction. This means one square in this grid represents 1 meter in real life. I enable to display the length of edges so I can see it when I select an edge. I do this because I want to create models with a realistic physical measurement that fit into the environment of game engines like Unity or Unreal. I also use this technique to determine the thickness of this wall. This one is 17 centimeters, and when I create the next wall by extruding out these faces here, I want the thickness of this new wall that I create to be exactly the same as the first one. So I press E to extrude out the next part of this wall, and to be sure that it has the same thickness, I type in the size of the wall, which is 0.17. And this is the way I construct this room. I extrude out a new part, press E and then constrain to the appropriate axis, and I enabled absolute grid snapping, and with the snapping feature enabled I can create the room in a very accurate and exact way. Okay, here I'm finished. And this was the first method on creating these walls and the room, but there is a different method that I want to show you right now. Let's again start with this door, and then I choose Mesh, Plane to add a simple plane and rotate it 90 degrees around the X-axis. Press R, then X and type in 90. Okay, then I again work with snapping. This time I snap it to the door or to the edges of the door. To the edges at the bottom and the top. And now to the right edge of this door frame. I work in edit mode and have edge selection enabled. Okay, now again let's snap it to the grid to align the plane here exactly to the grid, and that's the starting point to enable my Solidify modifier, because this is just a plane and I want to have a wall, and remember the wall should be 17 centimeters in thickness. So let's add here the Solidify modifier. Choose a thickness of 0.17 and enable even thickness, so that every wall we create has the same thickness. And now it's very simple. You just grab this edge here, move it around with absolute snapping to the grid, and extrude out like we did before, and the wall or the thickness of the wall is created automatically. We don't have to care about the thickness of the wall when we extrude out these parts, and that was the second way on creating this room. Now I'm finished with the walls. Then I select all these top edges, extrude them in Z direction, and then I connect these two edges here above the door. Okay, that's it. This was the second method of creating those walls. No matter which method you prefer, after that you select your walls in object mode and export them out as FBX. here directly into the folder of our Unity project. Give it a name like Room 1 and then press Export FBX and open up Unity. We export it into the Models folder. Let's open this, and here you can see our exported model directly imported into Unity. Now the door in this project is a little bit too big because I exported this using another scaling. So let's scale it down and reposition it so that it fits the size of the hole for the door. And now let's test the game. Looks quite nice. This is the prefab of the door we created in the tutorial before, and also the table model with the same logic to open the drawer here. Everything works. Great! What I want to do now is I want to add a material to the floor, and therefore I downloaded a PBR wood material for the floor from the web page Substance Share. I added the download link to this material to the description of this video. It's a great one, I really like it, but we have to scale it a little bit or to tile it. The tiling by default is 1 for X and Y, and I will change it to 64. Now let's start again. Yes, that's a really nice result. Okay, my friends, that's it for this tutorial. This is a new step that is implemented now, and in the next one we will add new models, extend the architecture of the room, perhaps add a new floor, who knows, new features, we will see. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I really hope you come back soon to JNM.